Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another week of Bite-Size Media, a subsidiary of Slate Media. I'm Jared. This is Jake, and we are watching Star Wars Visions, the final episode to date. There is another volume in the works that we've heard, but today is the final one.
Before we get into it, I just want to say that we've said that subsidiary joke so many times. I have a hard time remembering what the real word is.
Subsidiary.
Yeah. It takes me a second every time you say it.
Yes, good old joke. A joke that's probably pushing a year by now. That's how long it's been. And
what was the first? What were we talking about when he?
I don't remember.
It was our esteemed Dickie that said that, right?
Yes, he said that, and
we just never let it go.
Yeah, we got quite the kick out of it. So today the episode is called. Okay, help me.
Ows.
Ow.
It sounded like ow.
Okay, it's AAU is the name of the main character, and it's Ow's song. I believe is what I think we played a clip just to know how to pronounce that name. So because we were like, how do you say this? It is animated by Triggerfish, which is out of South Africa, I believe. Yes. I don't recognize anything so far. I'm a SEAL team. Nope.
What?
SEAL Kumba and Adventures in Zambezia. So yeah, again, out of South Africa. I've not heard of any of these films or television specials or series they've worked on. Or actually, they worked on a show on Disney Plus, two of them, Kizazimoto and Kia and the Kimoja Heroes. And then also for Netflix, they worked on Super Team 4. That's how it's spelled.
I'm not familiar with any of those properties.
Yep, so, Triggerfish. And, from the thumbnail, it looks like it might be either something textured or stop motion. I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Hard telling anymore, anything. There's so many varied ways to animate something. That's why it's the ultimate medium, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm ready to watch it if you are.
Yeah, let's get watching it.
All right. Let's
take a bite.
Welcome back, everybody. We just watched Ow's song, the 9th episode of Volume 2 of Visions, the 18th overall, and the final one to date. And that was very good.
Yeah, I think it was probably one of the most memorable ones we've seen recently. At least it struck me that way. I love the way they look when they eat that.
Yep. They're like bear-type animals.
Just something about stop motion and eating that just works.
Yeah, it's like that shot from Fantastic Mr. Fox where he eats his French toast. And you can just, I think I've seen the clip of George Clooney because Wes Anderson, I believe, didn't film them. Like he like had them outside for their lines. He wouldn't like in scenes instead of like in a booth. So there's George Clooney sitting at like a table just going just with nothing. And yeah.
Oh, I love stop motion animation.
Which is funny because you said you used to not like it.
I used to hate it, man. Back when I was a kid watching, like, The Island of Misfit Toys, that stuff terrified me. Although, to be fair, it was very, very different back then.
Yeah. Well, you mean you don't like a water skirter that squirts jelly?
Actually, I think it was the Santa Claus that upset me. Like, the Santa Claus in that movie.
You don't like that Santa Claus, man. And you're talking Rudolph.
I don't know.
Because the Island of Misfit Toys is in Rudolph, but I think there's also a separate thing about them, but I've never seen that.
Yes, then I am talking about Rudolph.
Sorry, now I'm thinking of the guy, blank in the box, and he goes, Jack. No, Charlie. Now you got all these memories flooding back. We're not even talking about
I also didn't like not that I don't like Burl Ives, but the snowman.
How could you? What is your problem?
You
don't like Burl Ives Snowman?
How do I put this? It terrified me.
He looks so scrumptious.
He
looks like
terrified
you
me,
just
dude.
need to put some chocolate syrup on him.
Okay, Star Wars.
But yes, O's song.
They hoodwinked me here because, like, I thought that was going to be the Jedi was going to be a Sith.
Just because it's a British female voice.
No, because it was red kyber crystals.
Well, yes, but you think, because in the Star Wars, a lot of times before recent, all the British accents were the villains.
No, it's red kyber crystals. That's primarily the reason.
I liked that there was no villain at all. It was just...
The mountain was destabilized because they were red kyber crystals.
Yep. Beautiful animation.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. And if it's not stop motion, it sure is made to look like it. That. I like the character designs. I like
that moment when you see the kyber crystal kind of call to her and all the little squiggly.
Yep.
Like those even look like stop motion animated to me. Those probably are more computer style, but.
And when she's in the inside the mountain and like all the voices around her, and then once she's interrupted, they all go ah! Like you're hearing like all the voices peter out, and that's when the mountain starts exploding or whatever, rumbling.
I was definitely confused at that part because I felt like because the mountain starts to crumble, right? And there wasn't an apparent reason why. And only, thinking about it, is because they're red kyber crystals. They're unstable, they're not purified.
Yep. Also, the one lightsaber draw was kind of unnecessary. It was cool, but...
I think it was just to let you know that she was a Jedi, even though they already said it.
Yeah, they already told us. And we've seen Jedi jump from great heights already. It's like, she didn't need to do that at all. She could have she actually probably would have gotten there faster.
It probably was a requirement that for these shorts that there has to be a lightsaber.
Which makes sense. Yeah, so many of these have been Jedi and Sith centered that this one still has it in there, but I do like it when they tend to not have Jedi or Sith be the main characters.
Yeah. The other thing that I thought, there's a lot of these that are about the mining of kyber crystals, like
a lot of kyber crystals.
A lot of them. And when we first started with this one, I was like, really, another one? But this is better than a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, and they're all good. I most of them are good at least, and it's just again the level of creativity and how unique these all are, and it's so much more interesting than most of what Star Wars has been in a long time.
I can't remember one that I said, "Oh, this one's bad." I can remember someone's that didn't click for me so much. Like
Toby is the one that both of us are kind of like, it's okay, and then the rest of them are either good or great.
I will say that we say that our big statement is we'd take a show of this. I wouldn't want a show of this. I think I'd want a movie of it.
Yeah, this one.
Like this feels like the opening act.
Yeah.
Maybe not full act, but the introduction.
I'd take a whole movie just there, more slice of life, more laid back, and then that's the end of the movie. Like 80 minutes. Yeah. Like I'd take just that idyllic like mountainside, like small village type thing. Just it's got that Ghibli vibe in there a little bit.
Is it Ghibli or is it Ghibli?
I believe it's Ghibli.
Have you ever heard someone say it?
I believe Miyazaki has pronounced it Ghibli.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but
I
used to say
better than Ghibli.
I used to say Ghibli, but then because I believe the Italian plane is pronounced Ghibli, which is what's named after, but I think the guy who found it literally says Ghibli. I've been trying to change to that because that's what's right.
They a part of Disney now?
No.
Okay.
No, they're their own thing. Yeah, they just put out a movie last year.
Oh, wait, it's not the bad one that you hate?
No.
That was 2020?
No, it won the Oscar.
Oh, Boy and the
Heron, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that was this year when it won it. Back in March, whenever the ceremony was. All right. We're lumping our final thoughts into here, and I'll quick retread all 18, and we'll both pick our favorite. Before then, any other thoughts on Ao's song?
No, I thought it was good. I also like that it's not necessarily force powers that she has per se. It's just kind of a way to connect with these things.
Yeah, it's a different like a power skill with the force that we've not seen before.
Yeah, and I know
it's kind of like a healing power.
That these are like, yeah, and I know that it's also like these are different universes. The same rules don't apply, but they also kind of do. So I just thought it's an interesting take, and I think we've seen like song ones like that before, but not quite like this.
Yeah, very good. Great way to end it. This is going to end our run because, of course, the new volume, if it's still a thing as of this coming out, is not out yet. So we're at the end of the year. We're coming up with a couple weeks left in the year. I'll quick read through all the ones just to refresh us, and then we'll both say what our favorite one is. Fingers crossed that we have different favorite ones, so we have more to say.
I was just thinking about that.
So back in Volume 1, we have The Duel, animated by Kamikaze Duga. That was that, black and white, mostly black and white one, which was
really good.
Yeah. Then we have Tatooine Rhapsody by Studio Colorido, which is the Joseph Gordon-Levitt punk band which people hate, and I love it because they don't like cool stuff. Then you have the Twins, animated by Studio Trigger. That's the big duel out in space. That was a good one too. Yep, it's all one big sibling fight in space between Neil Patrick Harris and Alison Brie. Then we have The Village Bride.
Watch that movie.
The Village Bride. I think that's one where we're like in the mountains, and me and you thought, are they gonna off themselves because it looked like they're gonna commit seppuku?
Oh yeah.
And we got real scared. We're like, whoa, but no. The Ninth Jedi. That's, I believe, when they all meet up and the big twist is they're all Sith, which that one was great.
Yep.
Toby by Science Saru. Oh, I forgot to say, Ninth Jedi's production IG. Village Bride is Kimina Citrus. And then Toby, which we've talked about
several times.
Yes, that kind of stands out as our least favorite, but it's still good. The Elder, which is also Studio Trigger. That's David Harbour fights James Hong. You got Lop and Ocho, which is the rabbit. It's like the rabbit one.
Oh yeah.
Which is a Geno Studio, I believe it's pronounced. Akakiri by Science Saru as well. That's where they spend the whole episode short traveling, and then they get there and it just kind of ends. I remember not being a huge fan of that one. You have Sith, which is the paint splot one that started off this volume, where she has the yellow lightsaber, and she's got
started the volume?
That started volume 2.
Oh, I'm thinking of the one that ended volume 1, I think, where it's all of a sudden he turns Sith.
Yeah,
at the
something.
very end.
But yeah, this is the one where she fights the guy, and she is Sith, or was, but she's chosen to go her own path.
I like that one.
Yep. Then Screecher's Reach, Cartoon Saloon. Oh, sorry, Sith is El Giri. Screecher's Reach by Cartoon Saloon we talked about. That's the kids going on that little adventure to Witch Mountain. It's not called that. It's called Screecher's Reach. But
I didn't see the rock anywhere, so.
There was a big rock that crushed that witch.
Yeah, but it wasn't the rock.
It was the rock. The rock voiced that rock crusher. Just went, Phew.
I mean, they paid Vin Diesel a lot of money to say, I am Groot.
Many times, too. We have In the Stars, animated by Punk Robot. I believe, I think that's the one with the water. They go to, the factory.
Oh.
Yep, the water pollution one.
Yeah.
Then we have I Am Your Mother from Aardman. That's the race. That was fun. Journey,
Very Aardman.
Yep, Journey to the Dark Head by Studio Mir, which is the... oh, man, I got to remember this one. It's been a hot second. I don't remember this one. Okay, that's the stones and they have foretelling ability. Okay, that's where the two giant head statue things explode.
Oh, the girl thinks that she can end the war by
Yep.
cutting off the stone's head.
Yep. Then you have
that was a good one too.
Yeah, the Spy Dancer from Studio La Cachette.
That was really good.
Which
too.
I really liked that animation style, and that was good again. And so many of these we want more of. Then we have the Bandits of Golok from 88 Pictures. That's the train one. That was out of India.
That was interesting.
Yep. Then we have The Pit by Dart Stagio and Lucasfilm, which that's the giant pit that they're mining in, and they all get left down there.
That was animated. Was that like 2D animated? Or was
that was like an anime style.
Okay.
And then, of course, Au's Song by Triggerfish. So that's all 18.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna let you pick your favorite first because
you already know what I'm gonna pick. It was the one I was excited for the whole time.
And I want to let you have it because
you have another one you think you have more to say about.
I think not that I have more to say about, but I just want to let you have it because I feel like on this show I don't let you have it, and we have a lot of the same picks sometimes, and usually I win because I'm more forceful. So he's gonna get to win.
Screecher's Reach is my favorite.
That is a well-deserved pick.
Not only do I love their animation, they have a vibe about the things they make that once it starts, I'm in. It just, like, first shot, just going down the levels of the factory, I was like, I'm in. I don't even know, we don't even have the characters yet, and I'm in. We meet the characters like, oh, we're doing a group of kids goes on a little journey. I'm in. And then instead of it being all action sequences, one of their main scenes is like the little campfire scene where they're just talking. And then the witch is terrifying. And then when it gets to the end, it's like, oh, she was being spoken to by Angelica Houston Sith this whole time, and she chose this to get out of this life she lives.
But then she, like, immediately regrets it,
Yep,
too,
and the others are upset at her.
Interesting.
And it's just this downer ending. I just, at the end, I was like, I'm actually, like, blown away. Like, the duel is up there, too. But my favorite is Screecher's Reach. What about you?
So, I want to give. Can I give a shout out to a couple of? Because I'm between. Is it the duel with the twins? The twins one.
The twins one that's the twins.
So I'm between the twins one, the Ninth Jedi, because narratively that was great. The paint splatter one, Sith, and the dancer,
the Spy Dancer.
Gun to my head, I'm gonna say Spy Dancer because it was just.
Did you throw the duel in there as well? The first one, like the black and white anime inspired one.
No. I like a lot of color, and not that it wasn't cool, it just didn't vibe with me as much as the rest of them did.
Gotcha. So you're picking the Spy Dancer.
I would pick the Spy Dancer. Yeah, there was like something nostalgic about it. Like, I don't know why.
It had a very Triple to Belleville feel to some of the animation, but it was smoother. Where Triple to Belleville is supposed to be a little more rigid on purpose. You know, it's two different styles within a style, but I think just because they're both French based,
and I think that it was just unique because it didn't have something about a Jedi. It was a person, if I am remembering correctly, it was a person who just had a kid that was taken from them by the imps, which, let's not forget about that. It gave us the best way to refer to Imperials ever. It didn't have anything to do with Jedi. It was just people with natural abilities, natural talents, and it's just like...
And lots of ribbons.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was flowing. I mean, like, I don't think any of these are bad. Any of these, but like that one stands out to me, and I would probably pack it as my favorite. That's kind of the one. I was wondering what you were gonna pick because, like, if you put aside the fact that that's Cartoon Saloon, and both of us really love that studio, like I was thinking, like, what one would he pick other than that? And I think the Dancer was where I was gonna lean to.
Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts on Visions as a whole?
It's good. I like
really
it.
Good.
In this age where animation is starting to be outsourced, and I don't even really know what that looks like. Like, does that mean they outsource it to people like this? Does it mean, like, what does that mean? And we don't even know yet, really.
Yeah, I think it's just smaller studios that aren't the minds behind what it is. They're literally just animating what you instruct them to animate. Is what I've.
But
been
is
told.
that good?
I don't know.
I
wouldn't.
all that.
It's done to be cheaper. That's what I hate about it.
And all that to say, like, I'm glad that Disney. Gosh, I hate saying that. I'm glad that Disney. I'm glad that Disney is giving a shot to these smaller studios to show that they can tell these narratives and that they can animate them in a compelling manner, in a way that people want to see. And this is more varied than we've seen in the animation movie scene in 30 years.
Yeah.
And I love that about it. Like, there's always something new going on. And not all of them are, not all of them click with me, but it's
nice to see the diversity.
It's sort of, yeah. And like I said, we don't live in a very diverse bubble.
No.
As far as our entire lives, but specifically animation. And it's just refreshing.
I agree with everything you said. I look forward to another volume.
Will we be covering the next volume?
Oh, no, it's probably not. We have some big stuff on the way.
It's fair.
But I've enjoyed week to week checking these out.
Yeah, it has been good.
Yeah. Well, that will end our Star Wars Visions run. We have a couple more weeks in the year, but until then, Jake, where can they find us, follow us, and all that?
All right. Well, obviously you can check us out here Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think we're still going through Marvel, right? This is ending about the same time. You can check us out there. Outside of our shows, you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the ever funny TikTok. And as far as podcasts go, you can check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, if that's still a thing, iHeartRadio. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for looking at our beautiful faces. You can you could like, subscribe, comment, just interact with us in general. Make sure you ring that bell. We'll get notified for when we upload new content. And do we want to say what we're doing next? What's coming? All right.
No,
well, until next time, be that whenever it is. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks for going to a galaxy far, far away with us. And until next time, let's
take a bite.